The 7 investigators first exposed allegations of patients saying their rights were violated inside a local psychiatric hospital. Now, the federal government is stepping in and taking action against that hospital.
7 investigator Heather Catallo joining us now with a look at what's happening with Pontiac General Hospital. Heather.
Well, this is a big deal. The Federal Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services is terminating their agreement with Pontiac General Hospital. That means that after this coming Sunday, the feds will no longer reimburse the hospital for any Medicare or Medicaid payments. That's a major funding hit for the hospital, so that means they're now laying off staff.
I'll never forget it. I'll never get over it.
If you would have told me that something like that happened, I would find it so hard to believe in the United States of America.
The 7 investigators first showed you how psychiatric patients alleged they had been improperly held against their will inside Pontiac General Hospital.
She's now traumatized from what has happened to her at Pontiac General Hospital.
Now the feds are cutting funding to that hospital, so the facility's owners are telling the state of Michigan they're about to lay off dozens of employees. The notice to the state says Pontiac General does not anticipate that the entire facility will be affected and that there will not be a complete shutdown of the facility. According to the notice from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS, the hospital's participation in the Medicare program will be terminated November 24th. That means Medicare won't make any payments for inpatient hospital services furnished to patients admitted on or after November 24th.
They held me down and they gave me a shot in my arm.
Throughout the past year, the 7 investigators have showed you how psychiatric patients alleged their rights were violated inside Pontiac General Hospital. We also revealed how the hospital's former chief psychiatrist admitted he had pre-signed blank court forms that were used to hold patients against their will. These photographs show those pre-signed forms ready for use inside the hospital.
Wow.
What do you think of a pre-signed form being used to keep people in the hospital?
I think that's really problematic. It's very unethical.
CMS records obtained by the 7 investigators show a substantial allegation complaint survey revealed non-compliance related to patient rights. While it's not clear exactly which complaint started the probe, CMS records show a visit to the hospital in July found non-compliance with several things, including patient rights, medical staff, nursing services, pharmaceutical services, and infection prevention control and antibiotic stewardship. Bree Jackson says she was held against her will for 9 days at Pontiac General Hospital in 2022. She says she's relieved CMS is taking action.
I'm just happy that there's finally eyes on it. It was just frightening the whole entire time. I didn't know when I was going to go home. I didn't know when I was going to see my family. I didn't know what they were going to diagnose me with. I didn't know if there was going to be someone violent. I didn't know if one of the staff was going to hurt me. It was an awful experience.
In Pontiac General's notice to the state for employee layoffs, they say they think the layoffs will only last 6 months because they believe their loss of federal funding is temporary. I have reached out to the owner and to his lawyer to see if they want to comment. So far, we have not heard back from them, but a move like this by CMS is pretty significant. And as you know, we have received dozens and dozens and dozens of complaints from our viewers who have had similar very frightening experiences.
Yeah. Where did the psychiatric director who signed all of those sheets go? Did he just...
He's still at some other hospitals locally.
Just not at this one?
Not at this one.
All right, Heather, thanks for exposing this.
Good job.
Thanks so much. Okay.